I'm proud to stand here in front of you endorsing Michael Fenton, an attorney from the city of Springfield, for the city on the Governor's Council. Endorsing a candidate outside of Berkshire County was not a decision I made lightly. Ultimately, though, Tara Jacobs has not provided the Berkshire County with the representation it requires and it, quite frankly, deserves. Berkshire County should have a representative who will advocate for judges hailing from our community. Currently, there is not one sitting Superior Court judge from the Berkshires, incredibly. Since my time in office, there have been multiple judgeship openings. Not one Berkshire County candidate has been appointed to the district or Superior Court. In fact, there are half as many judges from Berkshire County as there were 4 years ago in the district and Superior Court, with now none in Superior, 2 in district. Not only are there highly respected prosecutors who have sought judgeships in my nearly 4 years in office, but there are also many highly qualified defense lawyers who I have backed as well, who would also serve as excellent judges, who have not been appointed. Both groups are being overlooked. Additionally, Tara Jacobs did not support an exceptional candidate, endorsed by Governor Healey and all the district attorneys in the state of Massachusetts, for the parole board. The candidate, Vincent Denault-Viale, throughout his career, served as a prosecutor, a defense attorney, and most importantly, on the Judges Advocate General's Corps Special Victims Council. Tara Jacobs voted against him. She viewed him as too involved in public safety. All 3 of us here are in public safety. The parole board has lasting impacts on our community. After Jacobs and the council voted against Denault-Viale, the parole board released a man from serving a life sentence for beating his 2-year-old son, who was from Pittsfield, with a wiffle ball bat, and also beating his other children. I and many others strongly opposed that release. This was why appointing a qualified parole board member who valued public safety is crucial to our community. I know Attorney Fenton. I've known his family for years. Attorney Fenton will serve Berkshire County. He has promised me he will serve Berkshire County and seek to get Berkshire County people on our benches. The pillar of what he stands for will surely represent us on Beacon Hill, ensuring fair, experienced individuals to be appointed to roles that have lasting impacts on our community. Appointing judges who are fair and impartial, advocating that judges from our own become appointed, and finally, insisting on good governance practices on the Governor's Council. I believe in criminal justice system. As part of that system, all individuals deserve fairness and they deserve equality. We deserve judges who are familiar with our community, but also are of the highest caliber. These individuals already practice in our community in the Berkshires. They just need someone to advocate on their behalf. Additionally, parolees and victims of crime deserve members of the parole board who have a comprehensive understanding of how the criminal justice system operates. Mike Fenton will continue to fight for our community. Attorney Mike Fenton is the person we need on the Governor's Council. I also want to make a note is that I've heard that historically there hasn't been a lot of Berkshire County judges. That is simply not true. I've been prosecuting and defending in these courts in Massachusetts for 40 years this year. I practiced in those courts for 36 years. And when I practiced in the early stages and back in those days, all the judges were from Berkshire County. The Superior Court judges with Judge Gattistini, Judge Ford, Judge Alberti, and then we had all the District Court judges over the years that we've lost. We lost Michael Rips a few years ago. We lost Paul Vrabel a few years ago. We lost Bill Rhoda. None of those were filled with Berkshire County slots. So that's disconcerting to me. I've watched the numbers go down. We're down to 2. What's the next step? None from Berkshire County? You understand that Springfield is not Pittsfield. Springfield has different issues. Springfield is not Berkshire County. We are a very complex community with a very diversified community. Our crime rate is under control. Unfortunately, Springfield's isn't. When judges come up here and they judge the cases they see down there, they see our cases as minor compared to what they have there. They are major to us because I am not going to let Berkshire County turn into Springfield. I'm not going to turn into a drug and a gun violence location. So that's why I know that I had to stand up. And again, it's very rare for me to endorse somebody, but there's no way I was not going to let this go by because it's affecting the courts. I am short-staffed. We have more indictments in Superior and Hampden County Hampshire. We have more in Berkshire than Hampshire and Franklin, and then we have more in Cape and Islands. Yet Lisa has a staff of 6. Cape and Islands has a staff of 14, and they have 1/3 of Superior Court cases. That's disconcerting to me. And I'm trying to work with the clerk, and she's trying to work with me. But we need judges, and we need judges now. We lost Judge Agostini. We don't have a Berkshire judge here. So when we have a call on the weekend, it would be nice to have a judge that lives in Berkshire County that can respond to search warrants and respond to the needs that we have. So I ask you that take a look at this race. This is the man I want to support, and I'm very proud of that. Sheriff? Or Lisa?
Good morning.
Morning.
Attorney Fenton reached out to me just a few months ago. He wanted to introduce himself to me, and he wanted to know more about the Berkshire Superior Court. Well, I had a lot to say, and he still kept on the phone and listened to me. I started off by letting him know that we have had one local Berkshire Superior judge retire in 2019, and then we had another retire at the mandatory age of 70 in 2023. During that time, we have had no local Berkshire judges appointed to the Superior Court here in Berkshire County. I didn't have to explain to Attorney Fenton how important it is to have local judges here in our community who are familiar with our community appointed to the Superior Court. He already understood. I then went on to tell Attorney Fenton how busy of a court we really are. Most people don't realize the volume of cases that we have here in Berkshire County. Right now in the Superior Court, we currently have almost twice as many criminal cases as Franklin and Hampshire Superior Court combined. That's twice as many as what they have combined. We have about the same amount of civil cases as Franklin and Hampshire Superior Court have. We're an extremely busy single session court that deserves attention. Attorney Fenton took the time to carefully listen and understand the needs of out west. He has committed to filling judicial vacancies in our Berkshire courts with judges from the Berkshires. He has also committed to building relationships with our legislatures, court leaders, and governor to make them aware of our critical needs out here in the Berkshires. Attorney Fenton's experiences in navigating the court systems is going to be a valuable asset to the community here, and it's going to be a valuable asset to the Governor's Council. I support Attorney Fenton in his run for District 8 Governor's Council. I am confident that he will put the Berkshires back on the map and advocate to fill our judicial vacancies with local candidates and address the critical staffing needs in our court systems out here. He will make the Berkshires one of his top priorities. He will represent the needs of his constituents while working professionally and collaboratively with all the parties. I support Attorney Fenton. I think he's the best guy for the job, and I think that he's going to do a good job. He's taken the time to listen. He's taken the time to find out what our needs are out here in the Berkshires, which is very refreshing because we don't always get that. And I was very happy to see him reach out and actually want to know what's going on so that he can do the best job possible and the position that I hopefully he's going to hold. Thank you. Thanks, Mike.
Do I have to use the podium? Come on up. Okay. So about 5 or 6 years ago.
That's when we first met.
That's when we first met, Mike and I. And I was impressed with Mike then, and I'm certainly even more impressed with Mike now. In many of our conversations, and just watching and observing Mike during his previous campaign and his campaign now, he's a person of, he's just a genuine human being, number one. He's very compassionate. He's a collaborator. He understands the needs of this community and the 3 other Western Mass communities. And in our conversations, he understands that the judges, the judiciary that we have here has a vital impact on the inmate population that I have at the jail. And what we're looking for, judges who are holding people accountable, but also understand how vitally important it is for successful re-entry. So there was no question in my mind after observing Mike, knowing Mike for 5 or 6 years, his capabilities, his experience with the judicial process, being an attorney in Springfield, city council member as well. Just an individual who conducts himself with a great deal of common sense and confidence. So when Mike called me and asked if I would give his endorsement, it was without hesitation or reservation to endorse him for the Governor's Council here in Berkshire County and to cover the other 3 Western Mass districts. So that's a brief little synopsis of Mike and I and our relationship, and I have all the confidence in the world that he's going to do a tremendous job and represent this community. He understands public safety, he understands the judiciary, he understands the district attorney's office and the role of the staff here at the courthouse. So again, without hesitation or reservation, I endorse Mike Fenton for Governor's Council here in Berkshire County. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sheriff. Thank you. And thank you, Sheriff. Thank you, DA. Thank you, Madam Clerk. I'm in this race because we've got a serious problem in the Western District. It's 102 cities and towns, from Pittsfield to Great Barrington in the Berkshires, all the way out to Palmer. And this district is in desperate need of legal, experienced representation on the Governor's Council. I'm the only lawyer in this race. I am the best person qualified to deliver results for the Berkshires, and I understand the problem that these stakeholders are speaking to. We need Berkshire County residents for Berkshire County judicial appointments, and we can't settle for anything less. Last year, one of the things that made me jump into this race was I was reading an article in a local newspaper that was speaking about, at the time, this is most directed towards the DA and the clerk, Hamden, Hampshire, Franklin, and Berkshire County, all of Western Mass, there's only 11 Superior Court judges that are assigned to this entire Western region. Too few of them are from the Berkshires. Too few of them get time in Berkshire County. But of those 11 judges, at one time, there were 4 vacancies. That left only 7 judges serving the entire 102 cities and towns of the Western region. 7 judges serving 102 cities and towns. At a time when you add Hamden County, Springfield, Holyoke, and Chicopee in, at a time when there were over 100 pending murder cases. 7 judges for 100 pending murder cases. It's unacceptable. It's a problem that can be solved with effective and pragmatic leadership on the Governor's Council, and it's a part of the reason why I'm running. DA Shugrue said that he doesn't give out this endorsement lightly. I can't say how proud and grateful I am to these Berkshire County leaders for endorsing a Springfield kid who really understands the problem that we're facing here. It's not enough to show up and respond and interview the applicants that come before you. You need to be proactive. You need to work with local bar associations, with district attorneys' offices, with defense bars, and make sure that there are appropriate, trained candidates in the pipeline for our regional representation. So I'm going to make a difference for the Berkshires on the Governor's Council. I'm so happy, honored, and thrilled to have the support of these 3 really distinguished leaders today. And I'm not going to forget that support when I'm elected on September 1st.